If you follow everything that I'm going to say on this video today, e sure me die say you will get an accommodation of your choice. Hi guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to this video. My name is Genevieve and I am a YouTuber based in the UK. Okay, recently about 4 months ago, I just relocated to the UK with my family, and one thing that it's really a topic of discussion moving abroad is getting accommodation. It's so crazy. Housing is terrible this season in the UK, and all of us new immigrants, we felt the impact of house hunts in the UK. I started a video like few weeks after we got to the UK on how I got an apartment 1 week after we arrived, and after then we've moved to another apartment that we wanted. Okay, so on this video I'm going to be sharing with you step by step on how to get accommodation in the UK. If you follow everything that I'm going to say on this video today, e sure me die say you will get an accommodation of your choice. Okay, so stick around, like this video, share this video and watch it to the very end. You're going to pick out something that is going to help you on your house hunting event or episode. So this is coming from somebody who has gone through house hunting. I did the house searching, house hunting, house viewing and everything all by myself. So I am giving you first-hand information on how you can do this thing and do it easily. By the time you're done, you may not need a guarantor, and also you may not need to pay deposit, okay, depending on your letting agent. So guys, watch this video to the end and let's get to it immediately. Guys, house hunting is not a joke, and the reason why people don't get accommodation is that we've just been doing it the wrong way. When we got into the UK, I sent over 50 to 100 applications for houses within 1 week, and these letting agents were calling and calling and calling. Once they call and ask you questions, they will just disconnect and they'll ask you, are you a family? Do you have kids? Do you have this? Do you have this? They'll ask you questions. They will ask you whether you're working in the UK. Can you provide pay slips? Can you provide this? They ask for ridiculous amount of things that most times you get so frustrated. Like at some point, I even told the agent that how do you expect me to have all these things that we just got to the UK? We've not been working here, but from where we're coming from, it's not as if we idle our whole life. We can pay our rent. But the British people, they are like robots, okay? They have a prototype. Once you're not meeting that their prototype, forget any other thing you're trying to say. Forget whatever thing you're trying to say. So once they've set that their requirements and all, if you're not meeting it, they're like robots, they're not going back. So I sat back, okay, after we got this particular house we got, for some reasons that place wasn't going to be a place where we would stay for a very long time. It was higher than our budget and other factors. So we started looking for a house. Like 2 weeks before the house was going to expire, or even less than 2 weeks, we started looking for a house. Before I started looking for that house, okay, I was in this conversation with this guy. He's also a white guy, and we were explaining to him how difficult it is to get houses, that it was so difficult. So he asked, how do you mean? After I explained to him, he just told me one thing, that you've not been getting houses because you've been telling the agents the whole. I went back home and thought about it deeply, and what I came up is that treat house hunts like job application. When you're applying for a job, you see a job with bogus, you need experience of this, you need this, you need that, and you come and look at your CV. You now recount your CV to suit or fit into that job, right? That is how you also pitch for a house. That's how you also look for a house. You see a house, you package yourself to fit that house. So you see some houses, they will tell you students are not allowed, families are not allowed, pets are not allowed, smokers are not allowed, all those things are not allowed in those properties. So check for the one that suits your specification. So if you're a student and you're a family, and check for apartments that are family friendly and also student friendly. Okay, check for things that suit your specification. Where we stayed at first was a 3 bedroom house. Within the 2 months that we stayed in that 3 bedroom house, we were only sleeping in one room. My kids would always come and join us in the other room. Once in a while, they would sleep in the second room. We never had need for the third room. Okay, so as much as the house is there, it's actually I don't have a need for that extra room. Okay, so what I really want is a 2 bedroom, and I don't want a house. I wanted a flat. Okay, because of my need right now. Okay, I'm a student and I'm doing a whole lot. I'm a mother. I have kids. I don't have the luxury of going up and down the staircase. The kitchen is downstairs. I'm upstairs and my child wants water. I have to go downstairs to help. All those things. So I really wanted a flat just to make my life a bit simple in this season. Maybe after now we can go for a house, but right now I need a flat where everything is just around. Some houses you specifically see that you don't even need a guarantor. Some will tell you that they need a guarantor. Some houses will tell you how much that the occupants of the house, the adults who will be occupying the property, how much they are supposed to be earning. Some property will tell you that without deducting tax, you should be earning up to like £40,000 or £45,000. Okay, so we'll tell you that you should be earning up to £50,000. Depending on the circumstance of the case and the particular house, and depending on the specification of the landlord or the letting agent. Just know that check the houses very, very well. You will see the details of each house and check your own need. Okay, check your own need so that you'll be sure of what they require and how to pitch when you're going there. So just like I mentioned before, treat house hunt like job hunt. You package yourself to fit into the house of your choice. Most times you can be able to afford a rent, but if you have not packaged yourself to show them that you can be able to afford the rent, anything you're telling is a very big story. Their referencing is plain. You have to provide either details of if you're doing business and you're earning, it has to be in the UK. Because when I noticed that if you mention business in Nigeria, they will not even talk to you. The business has to be in the UK, registered in the UK. If you don't registered business, some letting agents will not even talk to you. If you're working, they accept jobs overseas. Yes, you can use it as reference. They also reference your landlord overseas and all. So once you have seen a house you want and you apply for that house, they're going to get back to you and ask you a few questions, and you book viewing. When you go to book viewing, and if you're interested in the viewing, you just pay up immediately your holding deposit. Now in my own case, that the time that we started looking for house, it was barely 2 weeks before our rent expired. Okay, so we knew that we were out of time. That night I sat down, guys, I sent over 50. What is 50? Like, I went on the app. See, you know what? When you search for accommodation, you search for page 1, page 2, and you leave the other pages. Go down, you will see houses. There are houses, so you will see houses. It's just that when you do page 1, page 2, you get tired. Take your time, sit down. When you finish putting your filter on all these apps, saying Zoopla, Open Rent, On the Market, Gumtree, any of these letting apps, once you put your filter there, because number of bedrooms you want, and all the filter you need, the location and area you want, once you finish putting all your filter, and you will see houses will come out. Don't stop at the first or second page, my dear. On that very night, it's one night I usually doing it. I don't sleep that night. I sent messages to all. Like, I will go on Gumtree, all. I will go on this one. As in, I sent lots of messages. By the time it was 9 o'clock the next day, guys, my phone was blowing up. They were rushing me. I was so detailed, and that then they rushed me. I was so detailed and specific in what I was looking for. That, do you know that 2 weeks after we rented a house, I was still getting calls from letting agencies. Hello, I got your application. Are you still looking for a house? Are you still interested? Up to January, you are still calling me. Recently, I received a message. Hey, we got your message. Are you still interested? We have a house opening. I sent messages. See, their houses, so their houses in this town. Go down and be calm. Try and calm down when you're looking for houses. I understand the agitation, I understand the restlessness because you need to settle down, you need to do this. Try and be calm. I think why it was easy for me is that I was now relaxed. We were staying somewhere, and I was now relaxed, and I took that opportunity to I used that opportunity to now learn how the system works and how to get accommodation. If I want to get accommodation tomorrow in this country, I know what to do. Okay, so when they were now calling and buzzing my phone, finally that morning, I got viewings for two properties, the same agency, but see, the same letting agent, but two different properties. I had viewings for like from that morning till the next days, even to the weekends. I had viewings. So the first two that I had, one was virtual viewing. That virtual viewing is this house now that we moved into. After watching the video online, I sent to the lady and told her that I'm interested. She told me that we should pay holding deposit, but she now gave me a form to fill showing that I agreed I'm taking the house the way it is and that the landlord is not going to do anything. I said, don't worry, I'm coming to see the house. And I came and saw the house. So I told them that the landlord should take the furniture away. They were saying it is not a furnish, that it is a furnish. The girl was just talking how I did not understand. Just like I said, let me tell you, these agents, letting agents, they are trying to package this house, okay, to you. You are the one, you that is the tenant. You're the one that has the money. You're the one that has the upper hand. If that's what people don't know, you have the upper hand. So you have to present yourself as somebody that has the upper hand. If not, they are going to be, if they know that you know what you're saying, because there was this particular agency that called me and they were asking me questions and I was answering them, and the girl wanted to snap off I think where she asked me about, okay, are you both working in the UK or are you doing this? I think I was working in the UK at the time. So I'm a student and she wanted to snap. I said, no, you won't do that. So you're trying to tell me that people who just came into this country are not going to be able to let houses? As I cleared that girl, I cleared her. She now said, okay, that there's no problem. She completely understand how I feel and all, but okay, then what will happen is that she's going to book me for viewing. She shall book me for viewing. I know that maybe at the back of her mind, people had continued, she might not have given me the house or something, but she booked me for viewing. So you have to be bold. If you're doing shmeshme like this, they will think that this one does not have money, this one does not have money, or this one is not sure. You have to be very bold and audacious when you're talking to them. I'm telling you that you don't even mix. You're the one that has the power. You're the one that has money to let. Okay? If they let that property to you, that's how their job would have been done. So don't treat it as if you don't have more power. Another thing is that, like, there was one viewing that I did when I was still trying to test waters. I finished doing the viewing. I didn't like the house. One house like that, I didn't like the house. The house was not furnished. The house was just there. You have a lot of work to be done in the house. That's not the kind of house I want. I wanted a house that would just move in because we can't afford to start furnishing and painting and doing all of that. So after doing the viewing, the guide letting I got now another the guy that I'm interested in this house. What was the next step from here? Assuming I want to be rented, the guy now said I should give him my details. How much are you two earning? I told him. I was still there because there are other people that came for viewing. The next person came and asked questions about your credit and all. The guy asked her questions about her credit. She now mentioned that her husband had a bad credit, but they've cleared it off, and now that they can let it. The guy said, no problem. So how much do you earn combined? What she mentioned that they earn combined is like ×2 of what I mentioned. And I looked at this lady. He showed me die. Say it's possible to say they earn that amount of money she mentioned. That's how, in my very before, the guy pushed my own name down and wrote her own name on top. I said, okay, una don't tell me now. Una don't tell me. And I said, I understand. I understand what is happening. So when I ask them looking for a house, if you ask me how much I am earning, I tell you how many pounds I'm earning. The most important thing is that you can pay your rent at the end of the day and you can prove that you're earning it. It is what it is. So when they asked me how much are you earning combined, I told them how much and I proved to them that we're earning it. So like I said, it's up to you to package yourself very well. On that day, I I had to cancel other viewings. That was how within 1 week, like within 1 week, they were now started doing references. So after viewing the house and collecting the holding deposit, and they confirmed from the landlord that the landlord is okay with us renting the house, we now said, okay, the next thing to do is referencing. And this is where any amount that you quoted that you are earning, this is where you're going to prove it. When I was doing all this, I also had a guarantor on the one side. I've already gotten somebody that has agreed to do guarantor for us. Okay, in fact, I had 2 people who have agreed to do guarantor for us. So I had to use the other person for something else, still in relation to this house hunt. Then the other person, I kept the person by the side just in case they asked for guarantor. But due to the way we packaged our references, packaged our employment and all, due to the way we presented ourselves, they cancelled the guarantor. They said there's no need for guarantor anymore. So when the references started and it went so well, they will contact your previous landlord, they will contact your employees. If they are overseas, they will contact them. Okay, just make sure that they are using work emails. Okay, domain gmail.com will not work. They will not, it will bounce. For some companies, it will bounce. So make sure they're using standard work emails, and all. So that was it for referencing. Maybe the referencing came back. They also informed us that our referencing was so smooth that we don't even need to pay deposits. So we didn't pay any deposits. There was no holding deposit. We just paid our rent. The only thing the letting agent told us is that, okay, that is, you have to pay 0 deposit. Register with 0 deposit. We registered with 0 deposit, and that was just it. Within, wasn't up to 2 weeks, guys, we moved into our house. They just brought the keys. Let me show you the keys. We moved into our house, and this house is just so nice. It's not as perfect as I wanted it. The walls are not white. I really wanted white walls, but I don't mind. It's a home. It's furnished. It gives me a home feel. So I'm making do with every part of the house that might not be the way I want it. The kitchen is massive. The kitchen is like Nigerian kitchen. The living room is like Nigerian living room, very big. My house is so scattered. If not, I would have done house stuff. I have strength. I'll still do house stuff. Okay, so guys, that's everything you need to know about renting a house. So the most important thing is packaging. Package yourself very well, and you get any house that you want to get. If you want more information on how to package yourself, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll be very, very happy to help you in any way that I can help you. But trust me, guys, it's very easy to get accommodation in the UK. It's just, do you know what to do? Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned one thing. I hope it was helpful to you. I hope this serves your purpose. Okay, thank you, and I wish you all the best as you do your accommodation search. I know it can be very difficult, but please just calm down, relax as much as you can, and when you are more settled and more relaxed, you'll be able to make informed decisions. Another thing that I want you to consider when you're looking for houses, please check the tax band of that place. Check the electricity energy rating of that area, because most of us that came and were hyper and agitated about, and we just wanted any house at this point, any house. All of a sudden, the problem now became tax. The problem now became the energy rating of the place. You might be paying a lot on energy bills and all, and tax band. So check the energy rating. Check it to do you well to check, because it's not easy to move from one house to the other in this UK. Because if you sign a 6-month agreement with the letting agency and within 3 months you want to go, you might forfeit your deposit if you do so. Okay, I don't know if I will say that I'm lucky or I'm blessed, but I know that if it works for me, it can work for any other person. Just if you apply, principles are there. If you apply it, it will work for you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Share this video, like it, so that YouTube will suggest it to more and more people. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye guys.